What's up everyone, and welcome to a brand new video. This video was only able to be made after a couple weeks of playing and really getting used to this new setting, the auto tac sprint. I made a video showing you guys like what it does, how to use it, but it really is going to take like actual time to get used to it and see like the pros and cons. And I've used it for a couple weeks. I've used it in a big COD League tournament where our team ended up getting fourth. But yeah, I want to just tell you the pros and cons, and maybe this will help you switch to it. Maybe this will make you not want to switch to it, but I just want to tell you guys the pros and cons after finally using it for a little bit and just be straight up honest. I got a list of them on my phone right here, so we're gonna go through those. But if you guys do want to see more informative Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to be put into the algorithm to see more of those helpful tips and tricks videos, not only from me but other YouTubers who are looking to give you some advice in Call of Duty. So let's get right into this one. Here is the setting initially. It's all the way down at movement, so you go to controller. This is all my settings. You guys, I'll scroll through them slowly because you guys always like to watch settings videos. I uploaded some settings videos, and then people still comment, "Yo, what are your settings?" All you have to do is just look for the settings video. But here's my settings. Just scrolling through it nice and slowly. There we go. And then we get down to auto tac sprint. Disabled is a normal one, and auto tac sprint is the last one, which I've been using. And we're here to do a review. So first thing, we're going to talk about the pros of auto tac sprint. You are your fastest movement speed of all time. Because look at, I'm just pushing it forward. I'm not tapping it. I'm literally just running forward like this. Guns up in the air. I'm just running forward. So you're on your fastest movement speed at all time. You get your stamina back, you're running forward again. So that's one of the very important things, because moving around the map quickly is very important, and you're always going to be running your fastest with this. Sometimes with the double sprint, you got to like hit it really hard, hit your joystick, like push it in really hard to start sprinting, and that could mess up your controller, that could mess up your analogs, and do all that stuff. So it's just a lot easier for me personally to just push my analog stick forward, and then I could really just focus on some other stuff. But the next one is easier to slide cancel too, which is a huge help. My slide cancels are, I do them more often, I do them faster now, because I don't have to double push this and worry and then double push this. I can just focus on double pushing my right analog stick and hitting my X button, which is my back left scuff paddle. So look at, I just push it forward, double hit it, X, double hit it, X, double hit it, X. But instead, if you are on default, you have to like push both analogs in, and it just makes it like kind of weird and uncomfortable. I didn't really like it, so that's why I made the switch to auto tac sprint, because I don't want to have to hit both my analogs like in twice. It's just an unnecessary movement when it could be easier if all you do is switch to auto tac sprint. You have less to focus on as well. Kind of going back to what I was saying, you just have less to focus on. You don't have to double push your left stick. You can be focusing on the game more, focusing on your right analog pushing for the slide cancels, and it's just super easy, super helpful. You can always be sprinting as well once you get the technique down. Sprint, slide, YY, sprint, slide, YY, sprint, slide. Here, just sprint, slide, YY, sprint, slide, YY, sprint, slide, YY. And I just kind of do that to keep my rhythm going with the slide and YYs. You don't have to do that, but you at least need a YY. And just like you stop sprinting. It takes a long time to stop sprinting. You just keep sprinting, YY slide, back to sprinting. Sometimes I still push in the analog twice because I'm just so used to using the old one. But it's super helpful to be able to move around the map fast, and definitely worth a switch. The last one is the horizontal strafe is better, and this is actually because one of the cons. When you walk forward like this, you just start sprinting. You can't like walk forward and like strafe really unless you barely like you push it forward, you're running. But your side to side strafe, you have to really focus on like being able to do this, because you cannot walk forward or in any clutch moments or situations. But those are pretty much the pros of using auto tac sprint. There's definitely some major cons as well, which might turn some of you off to not wanting to use it, but I think it's worth it, and we're going to talk about it right now. It makes it more difficult to snake. So let's see, like, actually let's go to the square, because that's where a lot of snaking happens. I like the cop car, but the square, this is when the snaking is huge. So it makes it a little bit more difficult, because look at, when you're snaking, you can literally just go like this, but look at, your gun goes up. You see my gun raising up? Because that's because I'm getting ready to sprint, and which is not good, because if someone's in front of me, my gun's going to be going up and not ready. So you have to either be like super duper cracked and make sure you're doing it quick, and like barely peeking like that to be ready, or you can just kind of like crouch and do this. But this isn't as effective as like the old snake. And yeah, that's one of the things that makes it a little difficult too. Like sometimes when I'm trying to snake, I'm like, oh, I can't even snake that well because of this. But it's definitely worth it in respawn game modes. The next one would be if you want to walk forward, you're unable to because you start sprinting. So if I'm gonna get a 1v1 gunfight, I know someone's like right here. I want to like push up to like get a better angle. I can't like walk forward at all. I have to go out wide to the side, and like even sometimes when you like just move your analog around, it will go up, which is like kind of annoying. But honestly, it's you get used to it in some 1v1s. When I first started playing with it, I would like be in a 1v1 with someone on the map, and then my movement would just be so bad. And if you guys did watch the COD League this weekend, in the finals there was Optic Gaming and FaZe, and at the round 11, I believe, TJ Haley was on the B bomb side on Arklov, and he was playing with auto attack, but you could just tell by watching him. And he was like, you know, he wanted to just like snake like the old ways like this, but he like couldn't even snake of it because of it, and it was like really weird. But I think auto attack sprint is definitely a big help. I honestly might even experiment with turning it off in search and destroy, because you're in a lot of just one-on-one situations in search, and I don't think like you really need it for that. Where auto attack sprint comes in helpful or handy is when it's respawn and you always move around constantly. You have what, 20 to 25 to 30 lives at least in respawn. Oh no, wait, actually way more than that. 20 to 30 deaths in respawn. A lot more lives than that, and it's just kind of crazy that it helps so much in respawn, but can hurt you so much in SND. So I'm honestly gonna probably experiment by turning it off in SND, but leaving it on for respawn, and I think that could be a really big help. But if you guys have any questions about other settings or that setting, auto attack sprint in general, and yes, for my Warzone players who don't really play competitive COD, don't really care about it that much, that is completely fine. But I do use auto attack sprint in Warzone because you be running around the map a lot in Warzone. The map is huge, and it's really annoying, really annoying when you have to like just keep double hit your analog instead of just. I just push it forward now. I'm sprinting. I don't gotta try and break my controller, because that is a controller breaker when you have to like double hit this like all the time, doing it thousands and thousands of times a day. Like it can break your controller very quickly. So I'm really happy about having auto attack sprint in the game. And if I just played Warzone, I would still use auto attack sprint just because all you have to do is push it forward. So super helpful. But let's get our slide cancels on point together. And I hope this video will be helpful to you and your teammates, your friends. Show it to whoever you want to help improve their game. And yeah, that's gonna be it. But thank you guys all for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, my name's Attach, and I'm out. Peace.